8-month-olds love listening to music. While this won't be anything new, you may now see them start to dance. Oh, so cute. And they may wiggle and move their bodies. You might see them flapping their arms, kicking their legs, or even bouncing up and down to familiar songs and tunes. This is a great little sensory activity that you can do with your baby, especially if you know that they love music. It doesn't have to be child-friendly music. It can be your favourite music. Turn on your favourite tunes and have a dance along with your baby. If they haven't started already yet, you will notice very soon that your baby also starts to clap their hands, which is so cute, and honestly you will just want to see them do it over and over again. Are you ready? Oh! Ah! That's the first time he's ever done that! Have you clapped your hands? Yes! Clever boy! As with everything that I mention in these videos, don't worry if your baby isn't doing these things yet. This is just a fun guide of what to expect in the coming months. It's nothing to worry about if at 8 months old your baby isn't clapping yet. At 8 months old, your baby will really start to enjoy the sights and sounds of a puppet show. And this is something that you can do really easily to entertain them. All you need to do is grab a hand puppet or a finger puppet, or if you don't have one, just get a colourful sock and put it on your hand. You can move it side to side and up and down, but you can also do tickling with the puppet. You can do peekaboo, where you hide the puppet and show it. You can hide it behind your back. You can get your baby to hide it behind their back, or you can hide it behind their back and do peekaboo. It's a really, really fun game and will guarantee lots of smiles and giggles from your little one. This actually leads us really nicely into my next point, which is that at 8 months old, your baby may start to show the signs of separation anxiety. Don't worry, this is completely normal. Even if you're watching this in 2021 and we are still in the pandemic and a lot of people are worrying that their babies are suffering from separation anxiety as a result of the pandemic, it is actually a normal developmental phase that most, not all, but most babies go through regardless of pandemic or not. Separation anxiety is characterised by the fact that your baby gets upset when you leave the room or you leave them for any period of time. So that might be that they cry all of a sudden when you start to put them down for naps or when you put them down at bedtime. It might be that they get upset when you walk out the room and they want to follow you and then get frustrated when they can't do so. One of the things that you can do that really helps with separation anxiety is to play games like peekaboo. So with that hand puppet, playing games like that, because it helps to teach your baby the idea of object permanence. And that means that even though something isn't within their eyesight or their eye line, that it's still there. So they can't see the puppet because it's behind your back, but when you pull it out, they learn that, oh, it's still there. And they can apply that then to the fact that when you leave the room, you're still in the house, you're still in the vicinity, they just can't see you. And that will really help with separation anxiety. Hold on to your hats because it is crawling time. Time to start baby-proofing the house, getting everything ready, because your little baby is going to start being on the move very soon if they haven't started already. At 8 months old, some babies will have started crawling, but 8 months is the average age that most babies start to crawl. Some babies do it later than this, and some babies actually never crawl. They just go straight from moving in other ways like rolling or shuffling on their bottom straight into walking. Crawling can be seen in lots of different ways. So you might see your baby do like a little army wiggle across the floor. You might see them crawl kind of sideways like a little crab. You do the traditional crawling when they're on their hands and knees, or they might even be on their hands and feet or tiptoes, which is what Finley, my oldest little boy, did. We called him Spider-Man. He looked so funny and everybody always used to comment on it. Safe to say, there is not one better way of crawling. Your baby will find the way that works best for them, the way that they feel most comfortable, the way that they can get around the quickest, and they will then just use that way of crawling. Some babies will then progress from those more unusual ways of crawling into the traditional hands and knees crawling that we know, but some babies don't. You don't have to teach your baby to crawl, they will just do it automatically. The best thing that you can do is allow your baby lots of space for free movement. So in a room where they can move around freely in whichever way they choose, where it's a safe environment, maybe with favourite toys or things around them to encourage them to move, but you don't have to manhandle them or move their bodies in any particular way. They will just learn on their own. Have you noticed that when you talk to your baby now, they seem to have a better understanding of what you're saying? Their brains are really working at 8 months old to try and process that language and prepare for talking themselves. So you'll probably notice that they stare intently at your mouth while you're talking. They may even put their hands or their fingers in your mouth or on your mouth, and they're just trying to work out how your lips are moving when you say certain words. If you notice them doing this, it can help to say that word, whatever you were saying, again and again, and repeat it maybe 4 or 5 times, just so that your baby can tell how your mouth is moving, what the word sounds like when you say it. That will really help them in prepping to speak themselves. Now, at 8 months old, your baby isn't probably going to start talking. They may do. Every baby is different after all. It tends to be in a few months' time. Definitely you will see at 8 months old that your baby starts to make some sounds and some noises, and that would be normal and expected, but you wouldn't necessarily expect them to say words yet. That will come in a few months, but this is all the kind of the prep work that your baby's brain and physical mouth and jaw are making in order to start talking. If you would like to watch more videos in this series, then click onto the playlist here. I have videos for every month of your baby's development. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and like this video if you did, and I will see you next time. Bye bye everybody.